Nation, really appreciate you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Hey, you guys know how this thing go. We never sleep around here. So we're gonna talk a little bit about my beliefs as it relates to this team. We already know that I love defense. And here's why. I'm looking for defensive players to change the game because I can say this without a shot of a doubt. I know for sure that you can win games with defense. Your offense don't have to be that potent. But I will say this particular offense that we had last year, come on now. Come on now. We were able, dare I say, to move the ball down the field. It's just that we couldn't capitalize at the pivotal moment, the key moments, when it counted the most. The red zone, money zone, green zone. So you guys know how this thing go. So I love defense. Because if we can able to get turnovers, takeaways, those type of things, baby, I'm telling you, this team will be a whole lot better than what we saw. On top of that, if you add in the fact that when we got a good coach now out there that can understand and know how to use Ezekiel Elliott, you can play clock control and all of those things too. But can you imagine? Just close your eyes and imagine Ezekiel Elliott with a good coach, knowing how to use them in every type of situation possible. Ezekiel Elliott with a shorter field. Oh my goodness. Just Ezekiel Elliott alone with a shorter field. That will help this team out tremendously. How do you get the shorter field, Law? Defensive players that hungry. Shout out to you, Devon. Really appreciate you. Shout out to you, Toby. Chris Blunt. Really appreciate you all. Thank you all for tuning in. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation. Hit me up on all platforms as we are live like 95. We got to talk about this, man. We got to. Hazel Brooks. Really appreciate you. Hey, free agency, it is what it is. Yes, you probably have to pay a little bit more for a player, but here's what you get. You get a known commodity. You get something that you already know that's proven. On top of that, you would know for sure that this particular person can fit in a certain system. You got tape and evidence that this person can play in certain key situations. Now, I'm not the person that's going to stand on a ladder and say, hey, or climb to the highest mountain and say, hey, let's get rid of Byron Jones. No, I'm not that dog to say that. You see, I'm not that dog that's going to be barking. Hey, get rid of Byron Jones. No. That's not me. I'm with the belief that if it's $16 million, hey, figure out a way. We got over $80 million that we can spend. I'm tired of hearing Dak Prescott contract. I'm tired of hearing Maliek Cooper's contract. This is nothing but Jarwin Jones keeping this thing going. Ain't this right, Matthew? Just continuing to keep this thing going in the news cycle. If anything, Jerry should sit up and say, hey, let's shut all of this down. This is my guy. We finna pay him tomorrow. I'm Jerry Jones. Anybody got any questions with it? But when you have your reservations or when you're trying to do something outside of just football and trying to sell tickets, this is what you do. This is what Jerry Wayne do. But neither here nor there. I got to talk about this. For those that's in the comment box, shout out to you, Andrea. Let me know, Hazel. Let me know what win championships. What win championships? Is the saying special teams win championships? Oh, no. It's the saying offense win championships. Is that the saying? Let me know. I want to know. Is that the saying? Oh, snap. My dog Williams over here says defense win championships. Huh? Check out my guy Williams in the comment box on my YouTube page. He's saying that defense win championships. I want to know where we rank because I didn't even think to pull it up, Chris. I didn't even think to pull it up, Ortiz. I didn't think to pull it up at all, Cowboy Nation. Where were we ranked in turnovers and takeaways last year? How many times we got our fingers on the ball? How many times when the ball was knocked out that we jumped on it? You see, like a grenade. You say, how many times, Akeem, did we punch the opposition in the mouth? And when they stepped into our home field and they were sitting there saying, boy, we got to watch out for them hot boys. How many times? Akeem says 0. Dead Last, Happy Gilmore. Shout out to you. That's a good movie. That's a cold YouTube name, by the way. Who else we got up here? Toby. Look at Green Bay last year. They added some Smith boys and it took off. Whoo! They did. And although that one Smith guy, I forgot his name, when we played against the Green Bay Packers, the guy was faking like he was injured. He was all on the ground like Family Guy. I was sitting there like, come on, dog. You know good and well you ain't hurt. Trying to slow down the momentum and things like that. Yeah, we did do that. We didn't do that well. This is where you went. We didn't get turnovers. We didn't get takeaways. Oh, what the Cowboys did. Okay, they sit back and they sat and they thought about this. And they said to themselves, how can we improve this defense? Oh, let's just go out there and grab some guys that know how to call some defense well. Now, before I sully and denigrate this team from last year as it relates to defense, because you know law gonna tell the truth, I ain't gonna fold around here and lie to you guys just to kick it. Before I go down my path of war talk, shout out to Christopher Rashard. Because anything, we got to give him some type of respect. Because at least he looked at Byron Jones and said, you know what, you're not a safety. You know that tape that we were watching what Law put out there? I'm just playing. But you know that tape we were watching on Byron Jones? The boy would play better as a cornerback. He got long arms. He can redirect. His hips not that oily. A little stiff, but at least he can trail. He can sit on the pocket. Yeah, he can sit on some routes sometimes. He ain't gonna jump no ball. That's okay. We're gonna have him to play the hands, which is cool. It's cool. It's cool. Got to give him credit for that. He had the brother playing safety. You know good and well you got to be able to have the field of vision, and that's just something that Byron Jones just didn't have. So, we got to give him praise on that, right? Although he's gone. He's gone. He's adios. And we got to talk about him a little bit for having my guy, Jordan, Hip Pocket Lewis. Oh, you in the game this week. Oh, no, you're not in the game this week. I don't like your length. Oh, we're going to put you inside. You know, in 2017, we do know that Jordan, Hip Pocket Lewis, did play on the outside when somebody was injured. They put him out there, and he did a good job. I think he did. He did a good job. Just look up Pro Football Focus, not to use them, but he did do a good job or a decent job, okay? I think he only got misused a little bit in the Raiders game, but I think that he did an okay job in 2017, did he? What's up, Cowboy, y'all? Really appreciate you. No sacks, Akeem. Yeah. So, we got the Vic Beasleys of the worlds out there. We got the Randy Gregory can come back. We don't know for sure what can happen with that. We got some other people out there that we can make some moves on. Or Jerry can open up the wallet, slap Stephen Jones, lock him up in a room somewhere and say, okay, all right, we're going to sign Anthony Harris? Oh, no. We can sign Justin Simmons. We can sign one of those guys. It's going to cost you paper. But the last I checked, scared money don't make don't make it in life, right? If you're scared, stay at home. Stay at church. CJ on his way to Dallas. This is from Ryan Humford. Really appreciate you. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Matthew, what's good? I think that the great defensive tackle and safety has always been there. Okay. Who runs the East? This is from Chris Blunt. You don't have to say no more. You know the mighty Dallas Cowboys run the East. And we located in the West, and we all some beasts around here. Shout out to the Eagles, though. They made it to the playoff. Shout out to them. No hate at the Eagles, but they still looking up. They still looking up. I guess got to put that out there. But neither here nor there. I got to talk about this, Cowboy Nation. When we start to talk about free agency, my biggest concern is that we sit on our hands and we watch what happened year after year after year after year happen, and we roll in with the same guys that we played with last year. When we say all of a sudden now we can elevate these guys because we got new coaching staff. I heard news and stuff out there that, hey, we think about re-signing Jeff Heath. Shout out to Jeff Heath, no shade at him. I just want somebody else to come into the fold to challenge him just a little bit so that we can really see if he's worth the grain of salt. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Law, with your answer, we need to show up with, this is my guy Chris, he says, Law, with your answer, and we need to show that we run the East. Yes. Oh, we're going to show. Or we're going to show up and show out. Look, we've been playing with handicap rules for 10 years. Matter of fact, for 13 years, we've been playing with handicap rules. Fighting with one hand behind our back, using not even our strong hand, using our left hand, being able to still dodge and dip and duck and still able to knock the opposition out. Out of the last 4 years, yes, we won the division 2 times out of the last 4. One can argue, hey, it was up for grab this year, but we had the handicap rules set into stone. I'm going to repeat, we had the handicap rules set into stone, and this is not me throwing any hate, salt, shade, or anything that you want to say toward Jason Garrett, Red Ball coach, but you got people that don't even watch football know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to be the clapper, and this is all I just got to say it. Come on, it wasn't no real football philosophy. There is nobody on this side of the earth that can say to themselves, when the Dallas Cowboys walking in, there's a certain system that they're going to do in order to win a game. There's a certain philosophy that they're good at, that they're going to win the game. I digress, boy. Cowboys 1971, ridiculous, Dak turning that down. My thing is, I'm so tired of hearing about Rain Dakota Prescott. Everybody know I love the kid. I love the kid. Shout out to him. He put Mississippi State on the map. And anytime you do anything for Mississippi, you know I love the kid. But I'm just so tired of talking about it and hearing about it. Hey, just like Grandma said, and Grandma was right. Old folks got all of these philosophies and they right. Look, they may have 3rd grade education, but you can learn a lot from old folks. Old folks says, you can't be a little bit pregnant. Huh? Ain't that right? Jason, Isaac, Brandon, Ross, you can't be a little bit pregnant. She can't walk up to you and say, I think I'm pregnant a little bit. No, either she's pregnant or she's not. Either you love me or you don't. Either we're gonna have this kid or we're gonna exile the kid. That's just the reality of it. I can't lie to kick it. That's the truth. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. You see, you can't be a little bit. You got to be all in when you're talking about quarterback play. And for everybody saying, hold your brakes, pump your brakes, Law. Pump your brakes. Dak Prescott haven't won anything. Look. I just talked about we had been playing with our hands behind our back with the left hand at that. That all rhymes, but I'm not trying. But what I'm trying to say here is this right here. The brother, I know that people are going to go back and forth and say, well, Law, you know, it is what it is. He didn't win when he counted or when we needed to win the most. That's the narrative that the media just drew up this year. Or last season. You do not win 40 games by mistake. His record is 40-24. Can somebody put that in the chat? His record is 40-24. I do know that people gonna say, well, some of that wins gotta go with Ezekiel Elliott, you say. Some of those wins gotta go to Amari Cooper, you see. But the reality of it, Cowboy Nation, the brother won 40 games. The quarterback gets all of the credit and minimum of the blame when they win. Terry Bradshaw, y'all can go all the way back. You can't name everybody that played on those Steelers team, but you remember Terry Bradshaw, right? He gets all of the credit. Joe Montana, he gets all of the credit. Jerry Rice, Roger Craig, you see what I'm saying? Troy Aikman, the triplets, they get all of the credit, but the Jake Novaceks of the world don't get none of it. But newsflash, Troy Aikman didn't win a Super Bowl without Jay Novacek. Oh my goodness. Joseph Ventura, shout out to you. 40-24. And this is not me trying to make a public announcement that Dak Prescott is the next best thing since sliced bread. I'm just tired of talking about it and hearing about it. Sometimes I just sit back and I wonder, not like Stephen Wonder, but I can see this. I can just sit back and I can just say to myself, I wonder what this team would have looked like with Paxton Lynch. Would you guys be satisfied then if we had Paxton, dare I say Lynch? Oh, I wonder what this team would have looked like with the Ford kid, whoever the other guy was from the Raiders, whoever they thought that they wanted to get. Oh, but I tell you, Romo didn't see the field for 4 years. And here's the thing, I love Romo. I go fighting for Romo. Only my father. Next time he in town, I'm in Maryland right now, but the next time he in town, I'm going to pull him to the show. And I'm going to have him to tell you guys how I was laid out on the floor, stretched out, in tears almost, fighting for Romo. Boy, there's some holes in the wall that I punched in some hotel because of Tony Romo. You say, boy, I fought it for Tony Romo. Connor something, yeah, shout out to you. Oh, in other news that's always around the world, Cowboy players always talking about coming back into the scene. You know how this thing go. It's like this spinning. We always spinning around in this situation. We spinning around. Ron Leary, hey, he made hints. Said, hey, I'd like to come back to Big D, baby. I like to play that guard action. I can move some furniture around for you. See, the Cowboys, players leave, and they never leave. They always want to come back, or there's always some type of news or some type of storyline. Hey, what about Ron Leary? What about Jason Witten? You see, coming back for another year, you see. Oh, buddy, I tell you. None of them are worth that kind of money. This is from Viral Killer. Quarterback money. Are you talking about quarterback money? Shout out to you, Rodrigo, man. What's good with you, man? Shout out to you, man. Yeah. Shout out to you, man. What would hurt would to give him a tag and you're going to pay him a lot of money? What if it hurt to give him a tag if you're going to pay him a lot of money? I'm trying to re-put that down in the box again, my guy, Brian. Lawrence, cool. What's good with you, man? Really appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Law, who is your number one guy for the free agent? Who do you want? Who do I want? All right. To keep it real with you all, the reason why I want us to go dance in this free agency is so we won't have to wait for another growing curve in the draft. That's just the reality of it. There's two guys that I really, really, really want. The Simmons kid that play out of Denver. I love his skill set. Hey, he's a difference maker in the secondary. We've been having issues as it relates to that particular position. The other guy that I really, really want is the Anthony Harris. I like those type of skill sets as it relates to secondary. Then in the draft, we can really focus in on two positions. All we need is just one explosive guy. I'm going to repeat. All we need is one explosive guy. All we need is one explosive guy. All we need is one explosive guy, you see, on the offensive side of the ball. And if we can find a way to get that one explosive guy, it could be the Henry Ruggs. I wouldn't feel that bad if I know for sure that I got some reinforcements on the defensive side of the ball. If we already handled those situations as it relates to free agency. But you got to spend a little to get it. You got to spend a little to get it. There's no such thing as salary cap. Since 2015, the salary cap increased by 15 one year and then another 20% the next year. Like I said, you will get a raise just by sitting on the bench. And the reason why we were in trouble in 2000, 2001, 2002, and 3 and beyond is because the revenue stream was not growing like it is as it relates to football, common day football. Meaning that revenue split was only growing by margins. They didn't even have Facebook and YouTube out during that time frame. YouTube, Facebook, all of the social media, the Twitter, Twitch, and all of these things. That's why I'm live on all of them platforms right now. They grew the eyeballs on football. I'm going to repeat, they grew the eyeballs on football. Revenue is at its all-time high. What that got to do with it, with the players' contract, Cowboy Nation, is by you just sitting on the bench since 2015, your pocketbook, the money that's going into your pocketbook increased by 30 to 40%. Because as the revenue grow, hear me out, as the revenue grow, the salary cap grows. So there's no such thing as salary cap, hell. You got parts that you can move around. You got dead weight that you can cut to elevate, and you won't feel the difference. So that's just the reality of it, man. Shout out to you, Locks, man. Really appreciate you. Yes, indeed. I feel you've been busy, Locks, man, but keep it going, man. Smith isn't better, more explosive than Ruggs. Which Smith are you talking about? My thing is, you do have the CeeDee Lamb. You do have the Jerry Judys of the world. You can probably find you an explosive wide receiver. You probably can find you an explosive wide receiver in this particular draft. But what I'm saying is that you have to shore up the defense first. Now, you do have to figure out what to do with your own guys. Are you going to let them walk? I'm talking about the Maliek of the world, you see. I'm talking about this other guy that we've been holding back, number 58, you see, Robert Quinn. You got to figure that out. On top of that, what the world are you going to do with Byron Jones? If they're going to decide to let him go, then that's okay. I would rather for us, when we let these players go, this is my only gripe with the Cowboys. Well, I got more gripes, but this is my only thing that I like to point out right now at this moment, is that we hold on to players for so long and we get nothing in return. We hold on to them for so long, we just don't get nothing in return. I'd like for us to will and deal. If we knew we was going to move on from Byron Jones, those teams that need corners, they needed them last year. We should have figured out midway through the season, hey, let's will and deal. Let's get some draft capital for the situation because we got to make this thing work. And on top of that, if you knew you was going to move on from, dare I say, Dak Prescott, if they having that notion, if they have that mindset that they're not 100% sold on Dak Prescott, then figure out how to will and deal and shake and deal and move that brother on from there, you see. And heading into the offseason, you will have the collective mindset that, hey, I have Mike McCarthy. I'm going to have a new quarterback. I'm going to have this new system that we're rolling out, or we can keep it moving from there. But for you to dangle it along, for everybody saying that, okay, let's franchise tag them for 2 years, what have the Redskins done since they got rid of Kirk Cousins? I'm going to repeat. What have the Redskins done since they got rid of Kirk Cousins? Somebody put that in the chat. Shout out to you, Brandon Ross. He said Chris Harris is overrated. Here's my thought, and here's my notion on Christopher Harris Jr. He will be a bridge guy. He will help extend whoever we draft in the draft for the next year and beyond. That's what he would do. There's a lot of things you can say about Chris Harris. He overrated, he's underrated, or he can't do this and he can't do that, and he won't do this and he can't do that. All of that, you can make a song out of it all you want, but the brother got knowledge and skills that he can teach. He can teach the young I'm going to go back to old folks. You might want to write this down, baby. You might want to write it down, and you might have heard it before, you know. You might have heard this before. I'm going to say this. A new broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get them corners. Oh, yeah, it can get them corners. You say, it can get them corners. A new broom can sweep that floor, but that old broom, them old bristles, get inside that groove, and it can pick up that dirt. Boy, I'm telling you, I'm preaching to you now, baby. It can pick up that dirt. It can get those dirt and that stuff up out of there. And the moment you need to get that dirt up out of there, there go that old broom coming in, picking it off, or causing a fumble, you say. That's what I'm talking about when you bring in experience. Somebody that can elevate, somebody that been down into the trenches. Even if you look back at what Robert Quinn did last year. Yes, that old broom was able to get you 11.5 sacks, you see. That old broom was able to get around that edge and get around that corner. Now, yes, he was exposed a little bit as it relates to against the run. But if you were to have a better backup, better help inside, I think that it would have been okay. These are not excuses. I'm just trying to bring it to you. Yes, indeed, that old broom hard. You ever seen that brooms back in the days? Shoot, you get hit with a broomstick back in the days, you're going to be out for a couple of days, right? Now these modern day brooms with the plastic tips and everything, man, you can do the broomstick challenge all you want to. You never see nobody do the broomstick challenge with that old broom, no. That old broom said, I ain't standing by myself, baby. You got to put a little work in on it, you see? Carl, what's up, man? Stokes? Say you 100, man. Really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Christopher Jones. Oh, my goodness. We got a legend in the chat, man. Shout out to you, Chris Jones. What's good with you? Pressure make corners. Yes. Woo. Boy, Chris been watching some football. And I ain't talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, Chris Jones, nor the punter, Chris Jones. We're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, Chris Jones, and a few. But let me tell you what a good defensive edge rush and that pressure do to you. When you are a DB, the young DBs out here, they already know. And William Williams said, real broom, real wood. Yeah, it's all good when you get in that wood. Slinging that wood, baby. My thing is a good corner. He sit back in his stance. He sit back in his stance. Watching the eyes of the quarterback. And on top of that, when they say, he back. His first move is not coming forward. His first move is going back, baby. Hey, when he see that quarterback trembling, oh, it's time for me to step up on that. Oh, I already know you know what quarterbacks do, good quarterbacks do? They step up through their throw. He trembling. Oh, that good corner sitting back, boy. It's picked off. It's user pick. You know what I mean? It's user pick. It's user pick all day. That's why you like the Jeff Okudah. Everybody said, Okudah bad, dog. That boy dog. He got a good corner on the other side, and he got Chase coming off the edge. Wouldn't you look good too? Knowing that ball got to get out soon. Don't you know? Okay, in this route combination, it's 3 seconds, baby. He got to cut inside from the leverage off the line or where he line up on the sticks. Oh, okay, I already know what route he running. I done already chucked him at the LOS. There's only one move. I redirected him back inside. Oh, shoot. As soon as I feel him squeezing, I can jump that route, you see. Even if I miss, my guy Chase Young is there. Come on, guys. Come on, football. That's why I say defense. Richard Sherman. Y'all remember Richard Sherman? Y'all remember the Legion of Boom? Come on now. Come on, nation. Y'all know how this thing go. What about Anthony Brown? This is Roscoe Carter. I said it last night on the Late Night Hype. Shout out to the Late Night Hype. # Late Night Hype. We said this. Cowboys love signing their own guys. They may sign Anthony Brown back. AB may be back into the scene. And that's what I think that they probably go with. They might go back with Anthony Brown. Tyrone Crawford is one of the best defensive linemen on the team. This is from Kelvin Andrews. My thing is, Kelvin, you are right in a sense with that, but although he's one of the best guys, pretty much, he is one of the vocal leaders too on the front four. But it's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. Especially, I don't know about you, but you know how it is when you get that, when them hips start going bad, and you feel you go watch that commercial, Life Alert, and you see that lady falling all out everywhere. Them hips, man. Them hips, when they go bad, bro, I don't trust his hips right now. I'm gonna tell you the guys from a medical situation that I just don't trust. And I don't trust Sean Lee. It sounds good on paper. We bringing a legend back. We bringing a veteran back, Sean Lee. I don't like that move because he's been injured. And he stays injured. And if you really counting on him to play 16 weeks, I got land on the moon for sale. Prime real estate. I got unsinkable land in Florida for sale. I'm selling it. And I'm selling it, bro. I would like Sean Lee to play with limited snaps, but I just don't know. I don't know about Sean Lee. And speaking of Sean Lee, LVE. I don't know about the Wolf Hunter. You see that they now feeling comfortable on 105.3 The Fan, and maybe Dallas.com will probably start sneaking in a little reservation talk about LVE, but they might be contracted not to. But this is free 99 for me to talk about it. I don't have no no disguise for you guys. When you have the type of injury that LVE occurred with, you just don't know. On top of that, he's a newlywed. His wife may be saying, baby, how much you love me? If you love me, then baby, just retire, because we want to have kids. We want to set up a family. And your daddy said that he got this good a real estate company you can work for on the side. Come on. That's what she might do. And she might bat her eyes at him and everything. And he might have to say, you know what? I tell you what, sweetie, if the next time I get laid out like Family Guy, I'm going to put my paperwork in. Beyonce was right. Who run the world, girls? Y'all know how it go. Y'all, the fellas know how it goes when that woman, when she whisper those sweet nothings in your ear, you gonna be like, okay, baby. If you think I'm lying, ask Tony Romo what Candace Romo had to say. You say, let me know how that turned out for Tony Romo too. 17 million a year. You don't have to work every day. He's sitting back calling the game. Boy, I tell you, that he makes a lot of money, boy. 17 mil, boy. Oh my goodness. Liam Witten can't go. Oh my goodness. Jason Witten, come on. Shout out to Mike Fisher. He got like a little quick article of teams that Jason Witten may go to. And those teams are the Patriots, I think the Raiders, he said, or the Giants are out there. Some other team. Look, we're not even crying about it. We like, look, Jason, we'll buy a few more of your jerseys. We'll hold your hand on your way out. Shout out to y'all, man. Anthony Winfield, he had a good combine. Yes, Akeem, he did. Lisa Noble, really appreciate you. She said, girls run the world, man. You know, they do. Toby, Law, what do you think about Murray or Patrick Queen at 17? Toby, I really think, Toby, that the Dallas Cowboys, when it's all said and done, if we really don't make the necessary moves as it relates to free agency, they're going to look at this thing. They're going to call LVE into a private room. They're going to say, hey, can you touch your toes? Can you turn around? Can you sit in the Indian style? Can you stand on your head? Can you howl like a wolf? If he can't do those things, they might pick Kenneth Murray. He might. I got Murray over Queen right now. And I know it's not a sexy pick at the 17th pick. And the Cowboys never do the things that we think they're going to do anyway. They might end up with the 17th pick. They might pick up an offensive tackle because Tyron Smith, or Tyron Smith, that's his name, is long in the tooth as well. He's a young long in the tooth at that. Yes, Brandon Young, shout out to you, man. Law, what's good with you, El Guapo, man? Really appreciate you. Let Jason Witten join his buddy, Jason Carrot with the carrot. GG, what's good, man? Leave old Jason in red alone, man. What if we trade up to get Tua? This is from Chris Blunt. If we trade up, we losing out on draft capital. Here's why it would be a good thing. We do know that Tua can make every throw. He's accurate, right? That's the good thing. Here's the negative and the cons of it. It's always going to be some xenophobia. Look, there's no way that you can say to yourself that he can last 16 weeks. He can barely last when college people hit him, right? So he might be paper mache, right? On top of that, you're going to get rid of a lot of draft capital or some players to move up. And it's never a good situation because, yes, we can say Mike McCarthy got 5 years, but in reality, come on, Cowboy Nation, we know. The brother don't have 5 years. The brother got 2 years. He got 2. With Jason Garrett being a lover of Jerry Jones' life, his handpicked choice, his favorite son, gave him 10 years, would have gave him the 11 years if we made it to the playoff. I believe so. I don't think that he had that type of longitude and latitude. He got 2 years. 2 years. That's all Mike McCarthy got. He got to get to the playoff this year. On top of that, he got to be competitive the next year. That's the reality of it, Cowboy Nation. I wish I could say otherwise, but that's just the cold-blooded truth. That is the reality of it. He only got those amount of years because when you look at this picture collectively speaking, I wish that Jason Garrett was able to be on this team for what? A year or so, and then they realize and say, hey, we got to bring in more coaching staff. We got to bring in a different philosophy because this is not working. I wish, but it didn't work that way. So the time frame been 25 years, and the last time we had a good coach was Bill Parcells. He lasted 3 years, and out of the 3 years, just think about it. We made it to the playoffs twice. And think about the level of skills that we had on those particular teams. Just think about it. We was in salary cap hell. It was during that time because revenue wasn't at its all-time high. We were still paying Emmitt Smith contract. We were still paying Troy Aikman's contract. We were still paying Tupac and Biggie's contract. We were paying everybody. So that's the reality of it. So I think that Mike McCarthy have 2 years. Let me know if I'm wrong, Cowboy Nation. Veer, really appreciate you, man. What's up with you, Neil? Thank you for tuning in. Law, should we trade Tristan Hill? This is from GG. Coach's coach. Give Tristan Hill a time to develop in his adult body. He's moving from his baby body to his adult body. Maybe he put the donuts down. Maybe he stopped drinking the gallons of milk. We will see. Coach's coach. We got a different type of coach in here. Maybe, just maybe, he can show him little tricks and trades, and we may have an explosive guy that can put it into the inside. He's 310 pounds. Hopefully, he can probably be 315 by the start of camp. Hopefully, they can shape-shifting moments. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate you, Matthew. Really thank you for tuning in. Cowboy Nation, Toby, really appreciate you as well. Matthew says, I think I'm really liking the J.A. kid from the Jets. I think he would be a great fit for us. Wonder if they would let him go. J.A. from the Jets. J.A. from the Jets. Wide receiver? Let me know. Put it down in the comment box. Who is J.A. from the Jets? Help me out. Help me out. Are you going to SportsCon this summer? Neil, I think I might be out of town when SportsCon come into the situation. I got to do a lot of traveling this summer, but if I can find a way to get in, I will be there. I have to reach out to Tony Romo's cousin. I got his business card somewhere. Hopefully I didn't throw it away. I'll reach out to him though. Team Ken's Law. This is from Don King. Shout out to Ken's Law. Chris Blunt, you talking about Jamal Adams, J.A. Okay, shout out to you, Matthew. Jamal Adams. Oh my goodness, Jamal Adams. Javon Kinlaw. Jamal Adams on the same team. Oh my goodness, they wouldn't let that happen. I think that the Jets would not let that happen. I think the Jets would want too much draft capital for Jamal Adams. I think that we have to pay Jamal Adams plus give up 3 first-round picks or maybe a first and a second. It could be a situation like that. Sir Cowboy, woo-wee. Appreciate you for making the donation to help grow the nation. Sir Cowboys with the $10 holla, like my brother Big Game James would say. Laviscus Chenault Jr. What do you think of this monster? Shout out to Laviscus. Shout out to DeSoto. Shout out to the Texas native. Shout out to the kid that's not afraid to run any route. You can line him up at the Wildcat. You can do these reverse sweeps with him. Look, here's the thing with Laviscus Chenault, right? This is crazy because we do know that he's not going to be the wide receiver taken before the Judys or the CeeDee Lambs or the Ruggs or Jalen Reagor. You know, you can argue that because speed just absolutely kills. Or you can say Jeffress was a guy from the LSU. But he's right in that soft spot. He's right in that early second round situation. You will have to move up to get that kid, meaning that you go get your first round draft pick that you really have an eye on, right? And then you'll sit back to yourself and say, man, this Chenault kid, I love his moxie. I love his size. I love the way he greets the ball. I love his separation when he runs. He got hitting speed. I love his control, his balance. I just love a lot of things with him, you see. I do have a few reservations as it relates to some of his routes. He can round his routes just a little bit, but I can live with that. You have to move up, though. I like him. I know you guys like him. Laviscus Chenault. Look him up, man. Look him up. Oh, my goodness, man. Draft smart. And here's the thing. If this Cowboys staff was assembled and they've been together and working together for maybe 2 years and 3 years, that's when you can make those gamble moves. But by it being that the Cowboys staff is just now assembling together, they need every draft pick they can get. They need to bring in all of the guys that they can get from the free agency. And that's the reason why I say we got to draft defensive guys first. Because if you guys not draft defensive guys, you got to go get these defensive guys in free agency or have a contingency plan that after the draft, you already have these guys earmarked. You already have this guy called in. You already have this guy on your chart of charts of saying, okay, come hell and high water, I'm going to get this particular guy to fit in my particular system because I don't have the 10 years like Coach Red had. I don't have 5 years. I only got 2. On top of that, Cowboy Nation, the moment we show out and show up the first year, guess what's going to happen? There's going to be other teams saying, okay, the Cowboys got some good stuff going on. Let's go pick out this coaching staff. They won't be able to stay because then they're going to start elevating the coaches onto other teams, you see. It's a copycat league, man, but I really appreciate you for making a donation to help grow the nation. I really do, man. Let me see how long I've been live. I've been live for 44. Really appreciate you all for tuning in to the nation. All right, so let's see what we can do here. Rapid comment fire, man. Really appreciate you. Did you make another tent, Sir Cowboy? My goodness, you sponsored this show. Look, since you made another $10 holler. Boy, I'm telling you, he says, one more for all of these great Cowboys videos. Man, I'm going to have to say like this. Thank you so much for making the donation to help grow the nation. You are a sponsor. You know, this is my radio voice, you know. Really appreciate you, Sir Cowboy, man. Really appreciate you during the off season at that. Akeem says Tristan Wirfs is a beast. Cowboys would be good to go get him. I sit over here and ponder. Wirfs. What he's one of those fast offensive tackle / guard lineman, right? Law Nation, don't lie to you guys. I'm not gonna lie over here and say, okay, he's the best thing since sliced bread and he will be wonders for us. I do a lot of directing. So there's this guy, if you guys never heard of him, his name is Voch Lombardi, V-O-C-H, Lombardi, who loves to party. Check him out. Just type that into your Googles or type that into YouTube. If you're on my Facebook, type that in. Get out of Facebook and go to YouTube and type in Voch Lombardi. And you'll see his film breakdown and his film information. And he can give you all of the good stuff about Tristan Wirfs. All I can say is I saw him a little bit at the combine. I said, yeah, dog, that boy fast. I'm sitting here looking at my DBs, my CJ Hendersons of the world. Oh my goodness, man, you dropped another $5 holler. Boy, that made me go back to the old school, you know, doing a Harlem Shake over here. $5 for the great vids, man. Love all what you do. Sir Cowboy, I really appreciate you, man. You are the real MVP. Yeah, collectively putting in $25 on the mix, man. Really appreciate you. All defense is the problem. This is James. Yes, what's good with you? Brandon Young. Film breakdown. Film break it down. Voch Lombardi. Yes, indeed. Yeah, break it down. Don King. Yes, what's good with you, man? Thank you, man, so much. Always a lady. Really appreciate you for handling and regulating everything. Yes, indeed, Cowboy Nation. So when we talk about this team, and we say to ourselves, what can we do to make ourselves to the next level? Is it going out paying Dak Prescott? Is it going out paying Maliek Cooper? Is it going out paying Byron Jones, Robert Quinn, and keeping our guys? Or is it turning the page and figuring out, okay, I'm going to pay the offensive guys. We're going to let the defensive guys go, and we're going to bring in new defensive guys. Is that the philosophy? I have a funny feeling that the Cowboys, this is all about a dog and pony show, that they let this thing dry out and drag out all throughout the media, and they're going to eventually pay Maliek Cooper. They're going to eventually pay Dak Prescott. That's my feeling. I think that the media, they are so hungry for news and having being the first. They don't care who life they destroy. They just want to be the first. They don't care if they got the full evidence of the information. They just want to be the first to put it out there. Just like I heard people saying that, hey, how about this? Truth be told, that we let this thing spin out through the news cycle with Tom Brady going to the Dallas Cowboys for Dak Prescott or what have you. Now it's time for us to throw another grenade out there. Let's trade Tom Brady to the 49ers. Let's get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, you see. It's all about clickbaits. It's all about having these fabricated stories to get people to say, I'm mad and I'm upset about this guy's opinion. I'm mad and I'm upset about this guy's philosophy. I don't want to do film, but I want to be able to say, this is my thoughts about the nature. And this guy's not worth this, and this guy's not worth that. And at the same time, collectively speaking, the NFL is collecting all of the money. They just sitting back getting all of the cheese because people are clicking on those articles and they sitting back saying, yes, we just made another $1 billion this quarter. And we got people talking about the players opposed to the owners. Let that sink into your mental. Brandon Ross, I ain't talking about Rick Ross flossing on him with the $5, man. Really appreciate you, man. Always keeping it 100. Much love, Cowboy Nation. Shout out to you, Brandon Ross. Not Rick Ross, holding it down like 5 billion pounds. Really appreciate you for donating the $5 holla. Really appreciate you. JT Taylor, really appreciate you. Akeem, thank you for putting that down there too. No way I'm talking Ken Law. He's available at 17. I agree. If Ken Law is there at 17, you pick that brother up. You figure out what this defense can be at with that time frame. But if in the free agency, if you go out there and you grab a big plug to put inside, maybe a Snacks, whoever it may be, a Jordan Phillips, whoever it may be, then Ken Law theory is gone. It's gone. It's gone. Because then they can go out there and get their explosive wide receiver. They can go out there and get that explosive, dynamic offensive player. Or I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it way back here. Let me creep up a little bit. Or you can still double back, get your defensive guy at the 17th pick. You sitting at what, 50? When we make our third round draft pick, 50-something pick, right? 51st pick. You got to move up, then you can get your Laviska Shenault. Quite possible. Brandon Young, boy, these Brandons, boy, what I'm talking about, you $4.99, boy, and didn't even leave a comment. He just wanted to give the donation to help support the nation. I really appreciate you. One movement at a time, brick by brick, stack these things together, man. Everything else will be fine, man. Really appreciate you, YouTubes, man. Man, you guys are holding it down. Late night hype all day. Yes, indeed. Boy, oh boy. Jason, shout out to you, Jason. Don King, what's good? Damn right. I move up for Ken Law. It just depends, though. What positions are you putting him in, a 3 tech or the defensive edge? This is for Randall Jackson. I don't want Ken Law nowhere near the edge. I want to have him playing some 1. I have him playing some 3. I have him right living in that inside place. He got long, lengthy arms. His get off is fast. He redirect pretty well as it relates to extension off the line. He can explode. He can play in a 2-gap or 1-gap system, 4-3 or 3-4 system. He's the perfect hybrid that you can get right there. His body weight and his mechanic. He know how to shift. He know how to use his length. He can get separation. He plays with that attitude, that dog nasty. Now people can say that his motor not all the way there, but shoot, you look at that tape. Shoot. Boy can ball, man. Boy can ball. But if my dog CJ Henderson out there, y'all know I love them DBs, baby. DBs, baby. Give me that cornerback, baby. Shout out to CJ Henderson. Don King says he's a quarterback nightmare. Yeah, he will be one of those guys to be a nightmare-ish. But if Derrick Brown falls or drop 2, he'd be a guy that we can't pass up on as well, you say. Everybody sleeping on Collins. We should re-sign him, get him back. He needs some help. This is from Roscoe Carter. Here's my thing with Maliek. Buddy. Let me see what time, how long I've been live, like 95, for 53 minutes. Here's my thing. I don't know, man. My thing is with Maliek. Playing the 3, he's quick, he's fast, but Maliek Collins, I'm going to repeat, Maliek Collins had 0 excuses for putting up the level of piss poor performance that he had in certain key stretches of games. There have been stretches of games that Maliek Collins became Houdini Collins, you see. On top of that, I want people to just think about this. You had DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm not even going to call him D-Law or Tank Law. You had DeMarcus Lawrence right next to him, demanding 2, demanding 3, demanding the running back to chip on his side, demanding the tight end to fill on his side. And all Maliek had to do is to one-on-one his guy. Beat your man. We in a one-gap system, shoot the gap, get home, and he was not able to elevate his side of the line. On top of that, when they ran the rock, D-Law's position was to set the edge, to make sure that nobody get behind him, to fan out when it's possible running situation. You had your boy, Maliek Collins, sitting there, not being aggressive at time, allowing the guard to get his hands inside, picking Big 96 up like a can of biscuits and moving, dare I say, can of biscuits out the way. And I'm sitting there saying, come on, Maliek, this is your contract year, and I'm getting mad about it. Oh my goodness. Maliek, we love Maliek, but it's time. It's time. I'm trying to keep it quiet. I don't want them to kick me out. I've seen some people move in, and my voice carries, so I've been silent all day. But I can tell you, it's time. We need a dog. We need somebody that demands, oh, it's one-on-one. I'm going to make you pay. I'm going to destroy. I'm a gap destroyer. I'm going to tear that thing open. Boy, and I saw too many times they put Kerry Hyder in and he gets home. Or he gets close to getting home, but Kerry Hyder got a legitimate excuse. He's Kerry Hyder, you see. Oh, and then when we got Bennett in, number 79, Slim, they put him inside and he did some production. But Maliek, what was going on, bro? This is your contract year. I digress. Oh, I digress. You got to take advantage of those one-on-ones. You know for sure D-Law getting his name smeared all across the world. Got 3 people. Got even the officials coming in to helping out. You see blocking. And you can't get home? Come on, man. Come on. Maliek? Come on. Can we sign Snack Harris? Snack Harris would be a good guy on possible running down situations. Maybe your first and second downs. But you have to do a lot of subbing. And I think that they'll catch him on the field. But I like Snack. I like the Snacks, though. Snacks and Kinslaw, Don King, that would be nice. Yes, indeed. That would be nice, man. Irving, unreliable. We've seen the movie before. We bought tickets to that movie, huh? Don King, we bought plenty of tickets to that movie. We was sitting there like, David Irving. Oh, yeah, David Irving. When he gonna come back from his high ankle sprain? Oh, he's still out? Come on, David. Come on, David. Come on. But I think that him and Coach Red and in his situation with his substance that he liked to partake in, it just got in the way. He had clouded mind with his trying to win custody of his daughter. And this is not me making excuses because he get paid thousands and thousands of dollars like everybody else that played in the NFL was able to rub some dirt on and get back out there. But he wanted to self-medicate, and it was just a bad situation for him. But I will still bring David Irving back for a cup of coffee. I will see what he got left. Remember I was calling him Belly Irving? We'll see. We'll see if he can sweat that belly off. We helped the mind. Yeah, helped his mind, but not in time, though. Not out there on the football field. Yeah. Alcohol help your mind, too. Help you relax. Sip on some of this wine and help your mind in time. Boy, you can think beyond the frame thoughts of your mind, you see. But you can't just take it into work and say, hey, I'm sipping on my alcohol today, my wine. I can't do that while I'm at work. LVE ain't done. You can't stop the wolf hunter. This is standalone complex. The complexity of the situation. I want LVE back, but I got to start making plans. I got to start investing. I got to start doing my homework. I got to bring people in. I got to make sure that if that neck and that back And if he's not able to get out there and play number 55 double nickel, then I have somebody else already willing to step into the gap to bring forth some level of production. Because what we got our house built on is Jalen Smith. What we got our house built on is Jalen Smith. We can't say Sean Lee. We can't say Joe Thomas. We can't say the other guy that we done picked up, Malcolm Smith, or whatever his name is. We can't say that guy. We can't say, who else? Gilmore. We can't say those boys. All we got is Jalen Smith. That's all we got, Cowboy Nation. Campbell making too much money at 34. This is from Cal. Calais Campbell still playing? Huh. I know he made the Pro Bowl, but he came back for another year. Standalone complex with the $3 holla. Man, really appreciate your standalone complex, the complexity of your mind. Really appreciate you, standalone complex. Thank you so much. Jalen disappeared too much for me, shaking my head, Don King. Jalen was on a selling situation. But shout out to him. Matthew, what's good? Simmons from Clemens is a great one to replace LVE. If Simmons dropped to 17, I would have to go up to those GMs that pass up on them. I have to at least go up to 16 of those GMs and say, what are you thinking? It'd be a good situation for us because there's no way, if he's sitting there at 17, there's no way. You know how you had that clock countdown? There's no way that happened. There's no way. They running that ticket in. That will solidify your DB issue as it relates to safety, and it will also fill in your hole as it relates to linebacker. The guy's just that nasty. On top of that, you probably could put him on the edge and say, okay, we want you to occasionally blitz off the edge with some of that 4.3 speed you got. What's up? That'll be crazy, man. That will be crazy. That's like wishful thinking, but Simmons, he's long gone. He's long gone by that time. All right, Cowboy Nation, speaking of time, that's all the time that I have for this beautiful night, man. I really, really appreciate you all. It was wonderful talking to you all. I really enjoyed it. I had fun. We talked about broomsticks. We talked about moonwalking. We talked about Tupac and Biggie. We talked about Ron Leary coming back. Man, we had a great show, man. We talked about Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper and Xavier Woods. I didn't talk about him, but we talked about him mentally, right? Don King said 1 more hour. No, I got to get up early, man. I was tired today for that late night hype last night, man. I was like, oh, I'm a zombie. But everything is all good for the nation. Noble life. That's a cold-blooded YouTube name. Noble life. Thank you so much for the donation to help grow the nation, man. I really appreciate you, man, for your love and adulations to help grow this thing. One day at a time, one movement at a time. If you guys want to support the nation beyond remunerations, dare I say, all you have to do is like this channel. Oh man, like it. Subscribe to this channel. Tell that friend, tell that neighbor foe where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talking Beyond Life. We're talking about birds fly high, but they got to come down low. You see them saying to get a little water here and there. We talk about all types of philosophy. Your opinion matters. We never look over people. Skeptical fan, see, $1.99 on your mind. Boy, we rhyming over here. Nation, I'm telling you guys, man, this thing is growing, and I really appreciate you, man. I love y'all, man. I really do. Y'all stay safe out there. Wash your hands. The coronavirus is out there. There's many other viruses out there as well. Stay protected, but wash your hands and dry them completely before you leave out of the restroom. Don't touch the restroom door with a wet hand. And on top of that, if somebody sneezes, don't think it's the end of the world. Just say God bless you and keep it moving. Don't be running away from them and all of that foolery stuff. And your opinions, I value everybody's opinion over here. And I always say those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. We think objectively over here. We're not this high on players and we not this low on players. We try to look at it from an objective standpoint, you see. So I really appreciate you all. You all thank those who support this channel in many ways. There's membership deals, just like Devon. If he's in my YouTube, you can see where he got that special glow right for his name. You get that for joining Law Nation's YouTube membership partnership program. And I got some sponsorships into the mix. Beer Gang, Target reached out to me, and they got a product that's out there that I'm going to do a review on. And if you guys don't mind, I'll showcase it on my show, on my Instagram, to how you grow this fabulous beard, you see. And who knows? My voice may not get me on the radio and TV, but maybe this beard can take me halfway there, you see. I get there, you know, I'll be on one of those Target. I'll be like this. Hey, thank you for tuning in to Target. My name is Law, and buy this beard cream and your beard can grow. You know, some stuff like that. You never know. You never know. So I got a sponsorship that I'm working out with Target, that we're working out some things together. So you might see some of that on the page or what have you. So we growing, nation. We growing. I really appreciate you all. See, Brandon Ross, man. Thank God. Dog it, boy, appreciate you, man. Oh, my goodness, man. Thank you for joining the Notification Squad / Silver Elite Club membership. Brandon Ross, not Rick Ross. Shout out to you, man. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Let me give me some much needed rest. Got my night gear on. Let's go. Night, night, Cowboys. Let's grow. Let's grow this thing, baby. Beer gang, baby beer gang, all night gang, baby. Let's go. Shout out to you all, man. Thank you again, Brandon. Peace. I'm out. Salute.